Washington, D.C., 1973. A summer of smoke and heat. Behind a door with no nameplate, Division 13 sat across from the architects of your perception. Executives, editors, anchors, whose voices lived in your living rooms. That night, they did not discuss headlines or deadlines. They agreed on what you would never see. Not censorship in the ordinary sense, but something more absolute. A pact to blind the eye before it could open. They called it national security, but in truth, it was survival of a far more delicate kind. The survival of belief itself. Humans have this ritual. If you value the transmission, you click things, like and subscribe, before Division 13 decides you've seen enough. The deal was simple. The press would bury certain images before they reached the public. Complicity disguised as prestige. They traded truth for proximity to power. Division 13 gave them tools. Early filters, precursors to the machines you now call artificial intelligence. Programs built not to enhance, but to erase. And the public consumed what remained, believing they were seeing the world, when they were only watching a stage lit with careful spotlights, every shadow measured, every silence rehearsed. The news became a script, read to millions until the script became reality, and the audience forgot to ask who had written the play, or what scenes had been cut before the curtain ever rose. The justification was dressed in patriotism. Protect the people.
For your safety.
Prevent mass panic. Prevent disorder. 1,000 tired excuses carried forward from every empire.
Then why the shadows? Why the secrecy in rooms without windows? If it was for the people, why did the people never know?
Because they were hiding extraterrestrials. They were hiding war machines and secret weapons, even the darker experiments carried out in humanity's name. They were hiding fractures, glimpses of other realities bleeding through, photographs of skies the wrong color, cities with impossible geometries, people almost familiar, yet wrong in ways your mind could not reconcile. They buried anything that threatened the illusion of one single, unquestioned world.
And still, something slipped. Akron, Ohio, 1978. A local paper, the Beacon Journal, page 17. Buried among car ads and garage sales.
A photograph of Chicago, but not the Chicago you knew. Towers bent at impossible angles. Purple skies heavy with aurora. Crowds dressed in fashions that belonged to no century. And at the edge of the skyline, something vast and breathing. Steel, fused with bone. As if another history had been printed by mistake. Another world, folded into yours by nothing more than ink and paper. Division 13 reacted with fire. The paper's archive destroyed in a warehouse blaze. Faulty wiring, they claimed. Editors intimidated. Witnesses silenced. But the damage was already done. A handful of readers clipped the page. Copies were made, Xeroxes traded in basements, mailed across borders, whispered through ham radios, and the harder, Division 13 tried to erase it. the sharper its outline grew. The 17th page had become a wound that would not close. Those who studied the image noticed subtleties. A newspaper vendor in the corner, selling headlines for wars that never happened. A man crossing the street with the face of someone history had taken decades earlier. Older now. Alive. A poster on the wall advertising an album that was never recorded. By a band that should have already fractured. Details small enough to dismiss. But together, undeniable. It wasn't alien at all. It was you. Another you. Proof that humanity is not a line, but a web. And this world is only one fragile strand. The 17th page was not an accident. It was a failure. Division 13 already knew of these fractures. They trained remote viewers, taught them to stare across the veil, to witness the other Earths.
And what did they see?
Worlds where the Cold War ended in fire. Worlds without electricity. Worlds where the oceans boiled. But also, worlds where famine ended, where disease was written out of existence. Worlds where the veil was thinner. Worlds that tempted. And Division 13 feared that temptation more than any bomb. They feared curiosity. They feared someone asking, why not here? Why not us? The 17th page did not end with Akron. The mastheads changed, the anchors died, but the silence endured. Each new generation of editors inherits the same instructions. Protect the veil, destroy the evidence, deny the fracture.
And if another page surfaces, a photograph no fire can erase,
then you will understand why I tell you this. Because when it happens, you will know you are not simply watching history. You are standing in its fracture, and the 17th page will be waiting for you. Waiting to be read. Waiting to be remembered.
and once you've seen it, you will never unsee it.